My topic I'm going to be discussing today is to implement more mental health resources into schools for adolescents and young adults. The reason for me doing this topic is to help get better resources, such as a registered therapist, to help students with their mental illnesses. Many students have mental health and don't have the readily available resources needed to help them. I'm sure that many of you have gone through a very similar issue when you were younger or maybe even experience it now. To better support yourselves in your education, let's begin by making a difference through implementing resources in the education and system to attend your needs. The reason to listen is to suggestions to better many adolescents and young adults' mental health so they can function in their day-to-day lives, in addition to further preventing suicide rates, increasing grade averages, and overall improving their quality of life. Many students struggle with mental health and don't have the resources to overcome them. Therefore, providing accessible mental health care, understanding how to support students in need, and recognizing mental illness will allow them to develop stability and security in their futures. And the reason that I have credibility with this is because I have experienced it myself going through high school. I've been diagnosed with major depressive disorder, and I've also done research on the topic, and I also have um, teachers that I know of that can tell me of the experiences in the school and how they handle mental health. The first way we're going to talk about this is I'm going to break it down by environment and what to expect in a healthy environment. And then I'm going to talk about how to the healthy steps to support people in this environment. And then I will talk about what to do in a crisis. The JED organization is going to tell me about a campaign. It's a campaign that calls the Help All Around You campaign. And the purpose of this campaign was in New York, and they implemented it in public schools. And in the public schools, they had it in high school and in middle school. And this was just an example of what they should be doing in all around different schools, not just New York. But they were making it aware of mental illness in the schools. So they were bringing light to it. And then when Nancy Barile wrote an article on Hey Teach, and she provided a safer environment in schools, and she wanted to talk about what to um, like how to tell when students are going through this mental illness. She says they would be more withdrawn and they would not put any effort into their work and they wouldn't have good hygiene. So she was going in to explain that. Mentalhealth.gov was taking easy steps to help this these were the steps. And the easy steps were promoting importance of it. They were trying to bring light to it to make it a better topic so that it could be brought to importance because it's a very important topic so that kids can function and be able to live their lives in a better manner. So they were promoting it and then they were recognizing the decline. So they would catch it early and then they would be able to connect to the staff and their other peers. And they were determining how to help them with their struggle would be the last step. So that's what they would do. They would try to help them cope with what they have been dealing with. And then the next organization I want to talk about is NAMI, which is the National Alliance of Mental Health. They went in and they have this resource. They have a hotline. If they don't have, if you don't have any resources around you or you just can't afford it, they have a hotline where you can call and get resources around you. So that if it's not in your area, they can help you find stuff in your area. But Colleen O'Day introduces a process to help students, and this process it doesn't really have an order, but I guess you could take it in any order, but it would help. Um, so the order would be listen, connect, protect, model, and then teach. So listen, you have to listen to what your students are saying, if you can sense any signs of how they're deteriorating, and then you can connect them on a certain level. You can maybe tell them about your experiences or something like that. And then when you protect them, you are protecting them from, it could be themselves, it could be from other peers, maybe with bullying, because that's another big topic, or your model, or you have to model for them to better tell you how they should be acting and how it should be helping them. And then you can teach them how to cope, how to get through schools, and that's the main points. And then there, I go on to the Medical Journal of Australia, Deborah. She was talking about how kids would actively seek help or they wouldn't. So kids who would actively seek help would be more open to their feelings, so they already would want to go seek help if they were having trouble with their feelings, and they are like more easily to connect to people. Well, so when they don't connect to people, that means like they have depressive symptoms, they're having suicide symptoms. So that's when they want to not connect. So I just wanted to persuade this because it's a very important topic because kids are struggling with it and they're deteriorating and the suicide rates are going up in schools. So I think that we should be making this an important topic because it is very struggling for them. So I think that this should be a very good topic to talk about. Thank you.